Hi Stampin' friends, I'm Charlene with stampinwithcharlene.com, and I'm just going to dive right in today and be honest. I have so many great things that I want to show you, some tips and tricks and tutorials, and I've just been waiting for the perfect moment. I want the perfect lighting, the perfectly clean craft room, the perfect way to hold my camera, everything to be perfect. And guess what? It's been 3 years now and none of that has happened, and in the meantime, I've missed out on sharing this content and all these tips with you. So I'm just diving in today. Let's just talk friend to friend. Here goes. Today I want to talk about die cutting because as you know, in 2000, well, in the current catalog, the 2019-20 catalog, Stampin' Up! Still offers the framelits and the thinlits dies, but there is no die cut machine. So for those of you who have been stamping with me for a long time, you know that I use the Big Shot. I still have my Big Shot, and I hope you still have yours too. But I have a unique problem, and it might be something that you also might be in need of. Or if you like to craft and use Stampin' Up! Products for things other than paper crafts, you can, you really want to listen to this. So I discovered a really cool machine. And let me back up a little bit. Whenever I make a card, I don't just make one card. I make 24 of the same design. Unless it's a last minute situation and I need a really unique card and I throw one together at the last minute, I make 24 of the same card. So if you want to know, just, keep in the back of your mind, if that's something that you want to do, make sure you order 2 packs of designer series paper and enough embellishments and ribbon so that you have enough to make 24 of the same card. Now, it gets tricky and it was really difficult when I used the Big Shot for that because sometimes there was a thinlit or a framelit that I used on something and I would need for each card, I would need 2 or 3 of the same thing die cut. So I would have to crank that 74 different times, even if or 72, 73 different times, however many times. And even if I bought 2 sets of the framelits or the thinlits, it still was a lot of cranking. I discovered something to solve the problem though, and I love it and I will never look back. I discovered this little baby. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can I flip the camera? No, I can't. Okay, so this right here is the Brother Scan and Cut DX125. And I love it. And I am going to talk a little bit and then I'm going to switch the video around and I'm going to show you how I do it because it is so fun. It will change your life, especially, like I said, if you like to make a lot of the same card. So for the card that I'm going to show you as the example, I am going to use, let's see how I can do this. See, I'm not going to wait for it to be perfect. I'm just going for it. All the bloopers and everything. I'm going to use this stamp set. It is the Band Together stamp set, and it has coordinating band together dies that go with it. Now you see the big flower here in the upper corner. See how that's a big flower, but the top part's shaded in? When it's shaded in like that, that means that it has a die to fit around that. So like the leaves are shaded in, they have a die. The oval, this other funky shape, those have dies to go with them. Now, this is the card that I want to make, the one in the middle. See with the yellow flowers? There are 3 of those flowers on each card. And then look at the leaves that are on there. It looks like there's 2 sets because there's 2 leaves in that thing. So there's 2 sets. So that is 72 flowers and 48 leaves that I would have to normally use my Big Shot that many times to crank out. But with the Brother Scan and Cut, I am going to show you how you can use a Stampin' Up! Stamp with the Brother Scan and Cut, and you only have to stamp it one time, and then I'm going to show you how you can cut them all out, and all you have to do is press the button. A couple other little things, but I'm going to walk you through how to do it. It will change your life. So, like I said, no fancy cameras, lighting, all that stuff. I'm just going to do it, hold the camera. The camera's going to be shaking like crazy, whatever, but I don't want to miss out on sharing content with you anymore. I will also link the machine on my blog at stampinwithcharlene.com, and I will put a link below on this video. I'm gonna find the link that gives you the most things with the machine, like the machine that comes with the mat and the extended mat and the blade, and I think a couple other little goodies. I will look and I'll make sure that I link the one that gives you the most stuff, because you want to get, you know, the machine can do so many things. The blade is automatic. It adjusts to the thickness of the paper, or if you want to use fabric, you can even create your own stamp. It cuts through the, whatever that plastic stuff is, photopolymer, silicone, I don't know what it's called, but it even does that. I'm not going to show you that in this video. I'm going to show you how you can, if you want to make a lot of cards, how you can quickly make the little, you know, cut out the pieces for it. Okay, so let me get everything together and then I'll be back. I stamped as many flowers as I could that would fit on an 8.5 by 11 piece of white cardstock. The machine also takes 12 by 12 cardstock, but I didn't have a piece of Whisper White 12 by 12, so I used 8.5 by 11. And I used Memento ink and I stamped as many flowers as would fit. And don't worry about these little boo-boos, because we will get rid of those. Okay, so I've already loaded the mat. This isn't a tutorial about how to use the machine. It's just a general overall, like, wow, this machine exists. And it's great for people who want to make a lot of the same card. So I'm gonna hit scan, and then I'm gonna hit direct cut. And the scanned image is going to, it's coming from the machine, not from my computer. So I'm going to hit start, and it's going to start doing its job and scanning all these lovely flowers into the machine. There is also a way to save the data, but there's too many patterns on here and that doesn't work, so I don't want to give you too much information at this point. So it's scan them in. So they're all scanned in, and I don't know what happened down here, some funky situation, and so we're going to delete that. So the first thing we want to do is take our little stylus and move the cursor and delete all of the bottom area, because we don't want the machine to cut down there. It just takes up extra time. It makes marks on the mat, and we don't need that to happen. So we're going to go into preview, and that's what it's going to look like. So we're going to hit OK again. Now I'm going to edit. I don't want this to cut. So I'm going to just let's see. Will it let me? No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to select pieces. So I'm just going through with the stylus and selecting all the little boo-boos. I just do a few at a time, hit OK, hit trash, OK, and then I go back through and I get the rest of them. Up, and I'm going to hit OK. And then this is really important. I'm going to hit this little doohickey here, and I want the outline distance around each image to be at 0.04, because that's the same amount of outline around the flower that I would get if I used the die cut. And I'm going to hit OK. OK again. And I'm going to select, cut, and now watch. Our life is now changed. And while this is cutting, it's giving me a time up there of 3 minutes, and during those 3 minutes I can well, and then it updates, so now it's 5 minutes, and that will change as you know, whatever, it just changes. But our life is so much different now, because how long would it take if we had to hand die cut 72 of these? So we'll let this do its job, and I will come back when it's done. How beautiful is this? I love it. It's getting to the end of the page, and I like to test it and see if it cut all the way through, which it did. So it normally will go back and cut again, but we don't need to do that. So I am going to hit the pause button, and then it's going to say quit cutting because it already cut through. And then it will bring the mat back home, and this is a new mat, so it's really extra sticky. So you just peel up your cardstock, and look, they're all already cut out. Now, if I had to do this by hand, how long would that take? And sometimes the die moves, and you're gonna just, anyway, look, you just use your little spatula and lift them up. How cute is this? Leave a comment below if I just changed your life. And please don't criticize me. I know there are easier ways to do this. I know this is not a tutorial on how to use the machine. It's just a tutorial to show you one of the many possibilities. So there you have it. Oh, that's okay. There you go. How fun was this? How fun was that? Okay? I just saved us so much time. And I want you to know I am going to link it to Amazon, because they're the ones that have the best deal. You get the most stuff, like I said in the beginning of the video. If you do purchase through the link, I do receive a very small commission. It doesn't cost you anymore. It would be the same cost to you if you were to buy it through my link or on your own. But that small commission does help with my supplies and things like that. So I would appreciate that. I just need to let you know that. And okay, so leave a comment. Did that not change your life? No, it is not a tutorial on how to use the machine. It's just, hey, did you guys know this existed? Let me know if you like it.